Hello everyone. Welcome back to lecture 5. Today we are going to make our Python program truly interactive. We'll learn how to talk to the user and move importantly how to listen them. Let's quick recap the where we were left in the lecture of where we have lived the lecture last lecture 4. Take a quick look on the screen. What are some what are some of operators we learned? Exactly. We mastered arithmetic operators for math, comparison operators for making decisions, logical operators for combining conditions, and many more. We learned this are the building blocks for creating expression and condition. Today we are going to use that all knowledge to build program that actually interact the people. In this lecture will start with the basics of input and output. We will learn the basics of input and output. We will learn the syntax of print function and input function. And we will dedicate a good portion of our time to understand typecasting, a very common hurdle for beginners. By the end of this lecture, you will able to write a program that asks users a user's name, age, and favorite number, and then greet them in a personalized way. Let's get started. Okay, let's start with the absolute basic. What we do means by input and output. The in this context of programming, think of a program like a conservation. Input is everything you say to a program. It's the data the user provides without input. A program is like a one-way street. It just does not do the same thing every time without knowing who is using it. Output is everything the program says back to you. It's how the program communicate its result. Output display information on the screen so you can see the result of its work. Today, today they make programs useful. Let's look at a classic example like name is equals to input enter your name you can see on the screen is a this is a program asking a question and listening to the answers. That's input. Then print name is the program by which the answer is back on the screen. That's output. Simple. Okay. Imagine, for example, imagine a calculator. You press the numbers input and it shows the answer on the screen output. Today we are going to build the interactive into our program. Let's start with the easier of the two, the print function. This is our program's voice. It's how our display information. The print function is incredibly ver- versatile. Let's look at some examples like print hello. You can see here example number one, print hello world. This displays a simple text string. The quotes are very important. They tell Python the hello world is text or a string. And the next is print 100. This displays a number. Notice that 100 is not in quotes. It is a number or an integer. The next is print Python programming. This is really useful. It displays multiple values separated by space on the same line. Let's let me show a quick example. Like if we print if I type print answer is 42, what do you think what will happen? uh, Type print the answer is 42 and run it. Okay, you can do in your computers. I cannot show here because the screen is not changeable, and I'm having only one camera for recording. So see, it combines text and numbers seamlessly. The present function can handle strings, integer, floats, and more. It is simple but a powerful tool for providing output. Now, let's move to the next slide, which is the input functions or strings. Yeah. In simple words, input is used to take input from user. Now, the exciting part, the input function. This is how we listen. The input function pauses our program and wait for the user to type something and press enter. The text you put inside the parenthesis is important prompt. Uh, it's the question you are asking the user. Let's look for an example like here. The example is given name is equals to input, enter your name. Uh, First, the prompt enter your name is shown. The program waits uh, when the user types like if you type your name like I have written here Siddharth, for example, if you write Siddharth or whatever you can write like Spider-Man, everything, whatever you can. Okay, so it presses enter and the value is saved in the variable name. Then print welcome name combines the text welcome with the value you stored in the name and displays welcome Siddharth. Okay, then the most critical point, emphasize it's heavily. Now pay close attention to this is very uh this is close where many beginners trip up. The input function always returns the input as a string even if you give a ask for a number like their age. Python will interrupt in a it as text if you use type 25. If the user types 25, the program sees it as a 25 a string, not a number. Now, let's see what happened. Okay, I will show you an example. Like you can type if age is equals to input, enter your name and enter 13, then type print age plus 10. You will get an error because you cannot add a number to text. This brings us to our next very important topic, which is the typecasting. To solve this problem, we can use typecasting. Typecasting is the process of converting the data types of a value from one type to another type. Think of it like labeling a box. Input gives you a box labeled text. Typecasting let you relabel the box to number or decimal. uh, we c- we have a few functions to do in this, which is we have some few functions to do in this, like int converts to a integer a whole number, and float converts a floating point number to a decimal. Uh, str given, so it converts string text to string. Then boolean, so it converts to a bool, which is true or false. Now let's see how this work in a practice look like. Like for example, age is equals to int input enter age. Here we will hear what happens next step by step. Let me write it down out. Like if we write input is equals to enter text, the program waits for the user to type. The user type 25 and presses enter. Python has a string 25. The int function wraps around the input function like this. Int 25, the int function takes the string and it into the integer. The integer is then stored in the variable age. uh, Now age is an integer. I can do math with it. Like for example, if we type in ideally, so age is equals to int input enter age greater than equal to print age plus 10. If I enter 25, the output will be 35 perfect. Now let's see look at us the slide 7 to see why we must do this. This slide perfectly illustrates the program we have done that 10 plus 20 is equals to 30, right? But look at what happened if we don't cast. Without casting, a is equals to int input enter for sorry without casting, a is equals to int input enter first number, and if user enters 10, it is stored as 10. B is equals to int input enter second number, user enters 20, and it is stored as 20. And in the fourth line, you can see uh, print a plus b. So Python sees this as 10 plus 20, which is a string concatenation. It just stick the two string together to make 10 20. That's not what we want. With typecasting, a is equals to int input user enters and it is 10 and it is converted to 10. And if you enter uh, b is equals to int input, and if user enters 20, so it will convert it to 20, and print a plus b is entered. Then Python says as 10 plus 20 performs an addition, and the output is 30. This is why typecasting is so important. Always use typecasting when you want to perform mathematical operations to numbers taken as input. Let's look at float. What if we want to add decimal number like 10.5 and 20.5? Then float input will solve that. Hmm. To solve this, we use typecasting, also known as conversion or type chameleon. We will we have several built-in functions for this. Let's go through them one by one with detailed example. Like int, like int converts the integer. Uh, this takes a value and tries to turn it into a whole number. The second is float converts to float. This converts a floating point value or number to a into a decimal. The str converts to string. This is the most common casting for output. It turns everything into text. We will use them all time to combine text and number to print statements. If we are not using f string. The fourth is bool. It converts to boolean values, like converts a value to true or false. We will use this a lot in a conditional statement if else, if to check if the user gives a valid input. Let's do a live demonstration. Okay, this I will upload in the now let's move to the next. Let us build a simple calculator to together. We will write a program that adds two numbers. Okay, so first of all, we'll write num1 is equals to float input, enter the number, first number. Okay, then num2 is equals to float input, enter the second numbers. Then sum is equals to num1 plus num2, and in the print function we'll write f, and the quotes, the sum of num1 and num2 is sum. So this is the perfect. This is perfect. It works for decimal and whole number, but what happens if the user does this? User types 5 instead of 5. Like in the spelling, if a user write FIVE instead of 5, uh, then boom, value error. Could convert, could not convert string into float. This is this is a value error. This happens when you try to cast a string that does not look like a number. 5 is text, not a number. Int hello will also cause this. Let's look to the another common error. What happens if the cast decimal is an integer? Let's suppose for the example price is equals to int. Input enter number, user enters 19.99. Then again boom, value error, invalid literal for int with base 10, not for 19.99. It is a float value. Okay. Why? Because int accepts a string that represents a whole number. It doesn't like the decimal point. If you want the decimal, use float. Write this error names down. Type error, wrong data type for an operation, and value error, wrong value for a data type. We will face this constantly. Now, the bool, the bool trap. Why false is true? Now, let me show you trick, a trick that catches an experienced developer off guard. Was this? If a type is underscore happy is equals to bool input, are you happy? True or false? Print is happy. Uh, when we run this, then the type false. What do you think the output will? Let's run it. And when you will run it, it prints true. Why? Why? Because input returns a string false. False is a non-empty string, and in Python, any non-empty string is true when converted to a boolean. Only the string empty are false. False is not empty. So bool false is true. Now, never use bool input directly. It it will not work the way you think. If you need a bool input, you must write a condition. You will we will learn this how to handle this properly in the next lecture on conditional statement. If else, today just how that bool input is a trap to avoid. In the next part of this, which I will upload, in that I will show you how to make a shopping cart using Python. Okay, or let's do some exercise in this. So open your like this. I have opened ideally, and in this we will build a shopping cart. Okay, so let's apply all of this to a practical scenario. We are going to write a program for a simple cashier. The program will ask for the price of three items, calculate the total, apply a discount, and then display a nice receipt. Okay, so let's do it step by step. I think there's some error in this. So we'll write this in a VS Code. This I have written like in line 7. This prints a line which is equal to sine of 30. Okay. In the next we'll write print. This we have written receipt dot center 30. So it centers the receipt. Okay. And then we'll write next print. In this line 10, left aligns subtotal and right align price. Okay. And in the last we'll write okay, now if we let's see if this runs or not. So let's run this and enter the prices. Like first I'll enter 10.50, then the second is 5.25, and the third is 3.75. Now, see, this is the script. Okay, this is printed here. You can see receipt subtotal is 19.5, then tax and this everything is here. This is the code, and this is we have this built a simple calculator, not calculators, shopping cart, building shopping cart. And this is the real world application of input and output. We looked our data input and processed in which is processed in a math and displayed a clean result output. Now, uh, if you want, so let's do another exercise. Okay, one more exercise I can explain if you want, like this calculator we are going to do in calculator. And in this, all right, it's your turn. I have a challenge for you. You have to you have 10 minutes to write a program that calculates a body mass index, which is in the short beam. Okay, body mass index. Here's are your steps. Ask the user their float weight in kilograms, and ask the user for the height and the use float. Then calculate the for the by the using formula beam is equals to weight divided by height and height power exponent 2. Okay, then display the result of the two decimal places using an F string like this. Your beam is 24.56. You are done, so okay. If you have not done, so let's make this and let's review the solution. Okay. Uh, so let's run it and check. Like here, the value is given. Enter your weight in kg. So if I write 10, your height is. So if I write my height 5, so your body meter index is your BMI is 0.40. Excellent word. Notice how we use this exponent operator from last week. This is where everything concepts. Okay. If you want, so now let's do one more exercise in this, and in this we'll do one age predictor. Let's do one more. This is one a bit more complex. Right. This the question I'm giving to you, and you have to solve this, or I will show you the solutions also. Write a program that asks the user for the current age as an integer and the current year as an integer. The program should then calculate and print the year they were born and the year they will turn 100 old. Okay, so now let's do this step by step. Like I'm writing here, see, I have used for current age. Okay, so for current, so in short form I'm writing it. Now let's run this program. And here the option is, you can see here, enter your current age. If I enter 21, enter the current year 2026. So you were born in 2025, in 2005, and you will turn 100-year old in 2105. And this is correct. I was born there. Okay. So this is the output. Uh, Now, what happens if I type 30 for age exactly, a value error? Okay, we know why it breaks. We will learn how to handle this gracefully in the future lessons. For now, we will know the rules. Now, we have covered a lot of ground today. Let's today do a final recap of the three pillars of today's lesson. The first pillar is the output. We have learned to display text, numbers, variables, and many more. And we have learned about the sep and end parameters. We have mastered f string for clean, readable format like printf, hello, name. The second pillar is input. We have learned to pause the program and wait for the user. We have learned uh, to use prompts to tell the user what to do and what to not. We have learned the golden rule: input always returns a string. The third we have learned is typecasting. We have learned uh, we must convert a string to the correct type of perform operators. We have learned to use the int for whole numbers, float for decimal, and str for string. We have learned about common errors like type error and value error. Now, there, okay, this is the most important part of the lecture. I want you to ask any question if you have any. So you can comment in the comment section and I will solve, or I will make another video for it. Now, to encourage you, there I'm giving you some questions. I will mention this in descriptions also. The questions are: why I can't just put f in the front of my string? You can, but use it only in the insert variables if there are no brackets. An f string is just a regular string, but it's slightly slower, and for readable, use it in where you need. Then, what is the graceful accidentally typed spaces? Great question. The input function captures everything, including spaces. So if they type 25 enter, actually actually handle it in Python 3.11 plus and convert it to 25. It strips white space automatically, but in older version you might need dot strip. Okay, so now the what is the difference between print a comma b and print a plus b? Excellent question. What we saw earlier, the comma separates arguments and adds a default space. The plus sign concatenates joins two strings into one. A plus b equals to ab. So print a plus b outputs ab without a space. Any other questions? So you can comment in the comment section. All right, nothing else. Let's move to the homework. Okay. So I will give you some homeworks to you and you have to do it. Like your homework is designed to solidify everything you have learned today as a lecture. Please complete this before the next lecture or the next class. You have to make a project of a temperature converter. Write a Python program. What that does the following. Ask the user for a temperature in Fahrenheit, calculate in equivalent using this formula, then prints the result in a nice formatted sentence like 75.0 Fahrenheit is equals to 23.9 degree centigrade. A hint for you that use the F string formatting, uh, which is dot one F to show one decimal place. The second is time. The second, the second homework. The first is you have which you have to make as temperature converter. Okay. The second which you have to make is time calculator. The third, in the time calculator, you have to write a program that asks the user for number for of days as integer and then calculates the input. Then the total number of calculates the input and prints the total number of hours, the total number of minutes, the total number of seconds. Like for example, in 5 days there are 120 hours, 7,200 minutes, and 4 lakh and 32,000 seconds. Then you have to make then there is a warning for you. Make sure you use int or float for all inputs supposed to be numbers. Remember, test your code by entering both whole numbers and decimal where applicable. Now, finally I want to remind this is this input and output are bridge between the world of your computer and the world of the user. Master this bridge and build your and you can build anything. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your attention and participation in the today's lecture. And this was a long and heavy lecture, but you did great. I will see you in the next lecture. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And if you like this video, so please do like, subscribe, and ask your doubt in the comment section. And for a proper speed or this, you can watch in 1.25 for because this video is too long, so you can watch there for proper speed. Okay, thank you.